This happened 7 years ago. After I graduated from high school, I started living alone for the first time. It wasn't like I was living in a new area and strange area. I actually lived about a half an hour away from my parents' house, so I knew this area quite well. I had been living alone for about 3 months, and things were going really well. I used to walk to work and back home through a local park, usually at around 6 p.m. I was always aware of my surroundings. Well, at least I like to think so. I think it was this awareness that helped me find the purse that day. I happened to look down and just off to the side of the public path through the park, and there was a red purse. I bent down to pick it up, and I was surprised to feel that it was actually heavy. There was a bunch of credit cards in there and some money, not just coins, but bills too. The thought to just take the purse home and empty it of its contents flashed across my mind. It wasn't a bad idea. When you hear the end story of this, you might actually think to yourself, why didn't he do that? It would have saved him a lot of trouble. But I wasn't to know what trouble I was about to get myself into. I can tell you now that the main reason as to why I didn't keep the purse's contents for myself is because I was kind of lonely and hadn't met any women since I moved. I had this romantic idea that I would turn in the purse at the police station and they would let me know when someone came to claim it. I thought that it was a fun idea that I didn't realize at the police station I turned it into made me fill out a bunch of forms just to hand some lost property in. It felt really unnecessary, but since I just picked the purse up off the ground, I guess they had no way of being sure that I didn't take anything from it since I was the last one who touched it. I didn't mind that, but I resented the fact that it created a hassle in filling out this form, and I just wanted to meet this cutie. They said that I needed to fill out the forms because when the owner comes to collect it, they need to have everything on the paper. They said that they would be in touch when the owner of the purse is identified. I went home romanticizing over what kind of person owned that purse and if we would ever meet. I took a bath and started winding down for a good night's sleep. I felt that I had done my good deed for the year. And then I heard the doorbell. Not once, but 3 times. Don't press it 3 times, that's annoying, I thought to myself. I opened the door wondering who the hell it might be out there at this time of night. It was winter, and to my surprise, a real beauty was stood outside wearing a red miniskirt. I responded, "Hey, what's up? Who are you?" "Excuse me. I lost my purse and I thought that maybe..." And they said this in a really quiet voice. "Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm the lucky guy who found it," I thought. And I couldn't believe my luck. I was shocked by the beauty of the person at my door. "I got all the papers from the police station. It should be all the proof you need." Yeah, just wait there a second and I'll go get the paperwork they gave me and we'll sort this out." I left the frame of the door to head back into my apartment to grab the paperwork from the countertop, and as I turned around, I saw the owner of the purse basically face to face with me in my own apartment. I was really taken aback. I hadn't offered them in, and it seemed quite brazen. Our proximity was insanely close, and our faces were nearly touching. "Aren't you kind?" she said. A smile crept across their lips as they released those words. Well, you know, I'd want a stranger to do the same thing for me," I said. One word that could sum up that experience was eerie. Really eerie. I almost lost focus for a few moments. My head was swimming. It wasn't normal. "Well, thank the Lord for kind people, huh?" The smile seemed completely painted on at this point, if the lips were spread any further. Listen, it's kind of late," I said. It really freaked me out. I didn't even want to be alone in my own apartment after that visit from that stranger. About 3 days later, something dawned on me. The police said that they would be in touch as soon as the owner of the purse made contact. Something about that played on my mind, so I went to the police station a couple of days later to find out if the owner of the purse had been in touch. I went in and asked the officer that I had made the initial report with if someone had been in touch to claim the purse, and to basically ask why wasn't I contacted and why was my address handed over without me saying so. I had time to think about the situation and I was quite annoyed. But what the officer said shocked me. The owner of the purse hasn't been in touch. so the police didn't give out my address, I guess. Then the only way that someone would have known about the purse, me finding it and my address, was as if someone was following me. It seems as if the owner of the purse dropped it in the park and waited for someone to pick it up. It's the only way, right? The police were never contacted, so how? It really creeped me out. I didn't like to think about it, and I still don't like to think about it. I just try to forget about it. About a year later, once I had almost completely forgotten about all of this, I was walking home through the park, and I used to avoid that park, but I thought that it was fine since so much time had passed and I kind of forgot. I saw the same person, in the red miniskirt, attempting to hide behind a telephone pole, just staring at me, watching everything I did. I hadn't gone anywhere near that park since that day. They watched me pick up the purse and then watched me from some hidden place to figure out where I live. And for what, I have no idea. Even today, when I see a red miniskirt, it brings out a less than positive reaction deep within me. If you enjoyed this scary story, listen to thousands more, either over on the Let's Read YouTube channel or podcast.